Development in the fight against the virus. The CDC has scheduled an emergency meeting today to discuss growing evidence that certain vaccines may be linked to a heart issue in teens and young adults. We're going to talk about that with Dr. Ashish Jha in just a moment. But first, NBC's Morgan Chesky with our report. Morgan, good morning.
Savannah, good morning to you. And this study found higher than normal cases of heart inflammation in patients under 30 after their second shot. Meanwhile, here outside Houston Methodist, more than 100 staffers are refusing to get the shot and are now headed to court.
From the exam room to the courtroom, this morning, new fronts in the fight against COVID-19. The CDC finding 16 to 24-year-olds who received the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine have experienced higher than normal cases of myocarditis and inflammation of the heart muscle. Myocarditis symptoms can include fever and fatigue, shortness of breath, and chest pain. The CDC said the higher rate of cases occurred especially among young men following their second dose of an mRNA vaccine, but notes the reports are rare, given the number of vaccine doses administered, and that most patients quickly felt better after receiving care. Federal officials calling it a clear imbalance, but adding more research needs to be done to confirm whether the vaccines are to blame.
The benefits of getting vaccinated far, far, far outweigh any of the potential risks or side effects.
The FDA turning its attention to kids. A top advisor now saying all children should be vaccinated, stressing herd immunity is critical with more contagious variants on the way. Now under FDA review, Moderna's new COVID vaccine specifically for 12 to 17-year-olds. But in Texas at Houston Methodist, doubts over all the vaccines have led to legal action.
You're willing to lose your job over this?
Yes,
Tell me why.
because I am not going to take that vaccine.
Jennifer Bridges, one of 117 hospital workers now part of a mass action lawsuit, suing Houston Methodist for its policy requiring all staff to be vaccinated or terminated. The hospital thanking the more than 24,000 other employees who followed policy.
What the mandate has allowed us to do is go that last mile and get everybody vaccinated so we have every layer of protection for our patients that we possibly can.
And a court hearing has been set up for later today regarding that lawsuit here at Houston Methodist. And they are far from the only hospital group to have a vaccine mandate. Johns Hopkins Medicine, based in Baltimore, Maryland, has a similar rule in place. No pending litigation there so far. Savannah?
Morgan, thank you very much. And we're joined now by Dr. Ashish Jha, the Dean at Brown University School of Public Health. Dr. Jha, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Savannah. Thanks for having me back.
So this first came up a few weeks ago, and now we know, according to federal health officials, that the incidence of myocarditis, this heart inflammation in young people, is higher than you would otherwise expect. What do you make of that?
Yeah, so Savannah, we're still obviously sorting out to what extent it's linked to the vaccine, but it does increasingly look like in rare instances, the vaccine is leading to some number of kids. So again, it's a very small number of kids getting myocarditis. What we need to do is we need to sort this out. We need to figure out, is it really the vaccine? And if it is, can we figure out who it's going to happen in and prevent it? Those are the major issues in front of us right now.
How serious is something like myocarditis?
Yeah, almost all the cases are incredibly mild. People recover very, very quickly. We have not seen much in the way of severe cases. I'm obviously hoping we won't. But, occasionally it can be more severe. Again, it rarely ever leads to anything as horrible as death. But we've got to keep an eye on it because it is an inflammation of the heart. It's not irrelevant.
Right.
And we just have to
One of your most
make sure that
major
it stays
organs
mild and the
as
kids
well.
recover pretty